You never seen heaven, but you believe in it. It's Peter that walked on water, right? Into it while we do this quick face. The first thing I'm going to start out with is a primer, because I went to New York yesterday. I did not wear a primer, and I could tell that I did not wear a primer. It was just a hot mess. So anyways, I was sitting and I was thinking, and I was like, I want to make a video on this about basically, I'm like, how old am I? I be forgetting how old I am. I am 33. And I literally, it's not that I don't know what I want to do with my life. I know what I want to do with my life. But I think it's just the fact of being 33 and being in this position where it's just like you wishing your life was kind of already on a, like a what is it, on a stable road. Like every time I think about my degree, I got my degree in public health, and that literally gets you nothing. First of all, it gets you no money. The most you could probably make with that degree is probably a good 50,000 with some experience, but probably not even that. But you could probably make a good 50,000 maybe with a public health degree, but you wouldn't really be, probably 40 or 50,000. And to me, for a bachelor's degree, I just feel like that's nothing, especially if you live like up north. Like literally, that's not going to do anything for you. But I was just sitting and I was thinking, and I was just like, bro, the position that I wish I was in right now would just be more of a stable position. I thought that I was on my way to that position when I found out my love for teaching. And obviously, like, I know my real love is like beauty, fashion, content. Like, that's the real love. But I've been just feeling like, okay, well, before I get to that love, I need some stability. And I was watching, you guys need to watch this episode of Stephanie EK and Tim Ross. I thought that see, this is too dark, but it's gonna blend in. Stephanie EK and Tim Ross. It was such a good, this is way too dark. What was I thinking? But Stephanie EK, it just blends in though. That's the thing about the Danessa Myrick's. Stephanie EK and Tim Ross had this episode, and I just really enjoyed the episode so much. Like, I really enjoyed it. I felt like it just reignited my faith. And I feel like I love when she was just talking about her faith in God and just trusting God and trusting the process. Yeah, this is not the same color, but we're rocking out anyway. And yeah, it just reignited my faith personally. I feel like after watching that, I feel like I have more faith to know that things are going to be okay. And then more faith to just go after the things that I want. But I found out the key to the reason why I was feeling so uneasy is the fact that I really didn't trust me. And I think a lot of people don't talk about not being able to trust yourself is the worst thing. Like, the new year is coming up, and you can't, like, for me, it's like I'm scared to even make goals, because I'm like, I can't even trust myself to get the goals done. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to God, like, how do I build up the trust in myself to say that I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do? And it's like you really have to sit with God and like really sit and hear him. And it was like God was just like the like small steps. Like you're not gonna change like that. Like you need to do the small things so that you can be able to change your situation around and really go after the goals and your dreams that you want. I'm always watching people. Like I'm always watching a YouTube video. I am not one of those people that just make content. Like I actually watch content as well. And maybe that's why I can't get no content done, because I'm always watching it. But I forgot her name. I can't think of her name right now, but she makes fashion videos, and she was like, she has a year to make it in the fashion industry. And I just thought that that was so dope and such a step out on faith. And there's so many people that are so scared. Like I realize how many scary people there are, especially Christians. Christians are the scariest people. Like you serve this big God, yet you are so scary, so afraid to like step out on faith. And it's like, this color is going to probably be good in the summer, but I think it's even too dark for that. But when it oxidized on my face, I feel like it fits a little. I don't know, maybe I need to do flash. But yeah, like I just feel like Christians are the main people who do not have faith in themselves. And I was just watching a Tony Gaskins video. I love Tony Gaskins. He's very wise. And he was basically just talking about like faith as well. And it's like, we serve this big God, and people go to church every single Sunday, but people will not practice the things that they say they believe in the Bible. That faith, people are so fearful. Like the Bible says, literally, do not fear. And God brought this to my remembrance about Peter. It's Peter that walked on water, right? Yes, it's Peter. So the remembrance of Peter and how Jesus was in the boat. There was a storm. And Jesus was walking on, and then Jesus started to walk on water. I think the storm was over and Jesus started to walk on water. I'm going to read that scripture. And I feel like God is telling a lot of us, come and walk out on the water. And we just like, because God, you know I can't swim. You know black people. Now, you know black people can't swim. And then even in that story where like Jesus is on the boat, like knocked out. Like, and it's a whole entire storm. How many of us would really be on a boat knocked out while a whole storm going on? Like, let's be real right now. We would not be knocked out on nobody's boat while I'm using the Sephora Best Skin Glow Concealer. Like, let's be really real right now. Like, we're not about to do that. We are not about to be knocked out on nobody's boat while a storm is going on. Like, who's doing that? But it just shows us how little faith that we actually have. And I remember this in the Bible too, where God says, ye of little faith. Like, our faith is just not there. And it's because when you get older, when you start to see certain things happen, and it breaks your faith. Like, some reality, I feel like, just hits us too much. And that's why I love when God says, like, come to me as if you're a child. Because I feel like I have the mind, when it comes to faith and when it comes to believing in my life, I have the mind of a child. But I feel like there's so many people and adults who hinder that. You know, you get online and you scroll on TikTok and you hearing, it's like you hearing God say one thing and then you hearing online say another thing. And the problem is we need to disconnect from offline. Like a lot of, when all that watching, like I watch a lot of stuff online too, so I'm guilty of this. That's why I'm speaking on it. But some of us really need to disconnect. I was like, I need to disconnect and I need to tap into God, because God is trying to speak to me and God is trying to speak to a lot of us. But because we're online, because we're scrolling TikTok, we're scrolling YouTube Shorts, and we're putting all this stuff into our mind, and we're not getting any of what God is saying. If God is the ruler of the earth, if God is the God that you say he is, if God is literally the God who made heaven and earth, then you need to believe that you can put your life in his hands. The Bible also talks about being like a fool. Don't be a fool. But if God is really speaking to you, a lot of us know exactly what to do. I'm always using like relationship stuff, but God can say, leave that man. I'm always using that. Leave that man. Leave that relationship. You know that you're supposed to leave that relationship. Like, I was reading this portion of the Bible where it was like God basically be kind of like telling us, like we already know, you know, what we're supposed to do. Like we already know, like, because God is a part of us. Like we have a part of God within us already. So God has put that in us already. So you kind of already know, but you're letting the outside filter what you're letting your feelings, or you're letting outside thoughts or outside things filter what you know is right. Like I don't even feel like God has to always speak to us sometimes. I feel like God has already given us that because he made us in his image. So a lot of times you know what to do. That's just like I was sitting here with my eating. I'm like, I know God keeps dealing with me about eating and exercising and getting my body right. But I'm acting like he's not saying, like, I'm acting like, first of all, he's not saying that. And then I'm also acting like this is not something that I just innately know. Like we have the tools. It's like we lean, God, what are you saying about this? God, what are you saying about that? But we all like, he like, I already gave you the tools. Like, what you want me to do? And like so many of us also are so scared to fail. How can you fail if you really have God on your side? You literally cannot fail. It's just, sometimes honestly, like I can't stand us. Like, you know how crazy it is to think that like heaven is real. You never seen heaven. You never seen heaven, but you believe in it. Like, let that sink in. You don't believe that God, like, and I just literally like was so worried. God got so worried, wondering, and it's like, girl, what about what? I was watching. I'm always watching something, y'all. I was watching Law Roach. I was watching Law Roach, and he was saying how he learned to make his happiness. And he had to get up every day and decide that he wanted to be happy. I also feel like people have a lot more power than they believe, than they think, if that makes sense. Like, people, you have way more power and dominion over your life than you think. I think a lot of us, somebody was like, they hate to hear people say they struggling because you ain't Jesus, you ain't dying on the cross, or you ain't going through slavery. Like, you ain't going through nothing like what our ancestors went through. And it's like, they right. Who was that? Dr. Umar that said that? I need to start replacing my video watch time with reading. But it's so hard for me, y'all. Like, I be really trying to read. Like, I want to be back to like when I was like a teenager. I used to read so much. But I feel like it's social media. And it's the ease of the access to books that I could just hear, and it's the easiness. Because right now I'm reading Before I Let Go, and the story is really, really good. It really has captured me, but for some reason I cannot get through the book. I don't know why. So I'm making it my business to pick it up for at least 15 minutes every night. And then I also want to pick up something spiritual for 15 minutes at night. And I have a couple spiritual books that I haven't even touched. So Miles Monroe, I want to read all his books. And I was listening to, I'm jumping all over the place, but we're just talking about life because it's about to be the new year. I hope to put this up before the new, I'm definitely going to put this up before the new year. And I just want us to trust yourself this time. Like, that's to me, that's to you. You scared to make your goals again? Like, because you're scared of failure? What about the times that you did not fail? And even if you feel like you failed every time, there's something that you did that you did not fail at. And that one thing for me was really getting out. Like, I really got out the house. And I love that for me. Like, I was not playing this summer. I had an amazing summer. I really enjoyed myself this summer. I was outside, okay? I was outside and I was having me a good old time, okay? Me and my cousin. And I just went to New York again yesterday. It was a good time. Now I'm ready to explore for real. Like, I'm like, girl, we got to get on it because I really want to just be out of here. This is my quick makeup. I don't put lashes on, honestly, because I'm being lazy, and I'm also going to put my glasses on. So I just feel like if I'm going to put glasses on, there's no need for me to put on eyelashes. It doesn't make sense. And I think even next year, you know, prioritizing beauty. So I'll probably get me some contacts. I just hate putting the contacts on sometimes. Like, the contacts are just so annoying. It makes me want to just be like, let me just get eye surgery. Because I be tired. Okay. So we're going with the no lash look. Quick. This is a no makeup look. Like, the girls that be doing the, y'all be saying y'all doing a no makeup look, and I just be like, girl, where? Where? Because this isn't foundation. This is skin tint. Is that what they call it? Yeah, it's just a skin tint serum that you just place on your skin. Let me put a lippy on. But yeah, y'all, hopefully I made sense in what I'm saying. I feel like I was clear. Okay, your girl was clear. I feel like I cleared the room, okay? Believe in yourself. And trust yourself. Build up that trust with you. Build up that relationship with God first. And I think I'm learning. I'm like, okay, God will help me. And whatever I'm struggling with, I just have to give it to him. There we go. It comes together once you put the lippy on. Without the lippy, it's like a little, but once you put the lippy on, it literally comes all together. And this is like less than 20 minutes. If I wasn't talking, it would have been 15. But because I was talking. This is the gloss by Sephora. This is in the color 40. Well, the number 40. There we go. And we are all done and all set. I want to get up out of here early, so we're all done, all set with the look, you guys. I love this look. This is my quick look, and I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching and rocking with me. I hope that this makeup get ready with me just motivated you or encouraged you to know that if you in your early 30s and you just like, girl, what am I doing? You just gotta trust God with it. Like, you know what you the problem is, it's like, you know, you're not lost. You're like, girl, no, I really don't know. No, you know. Start within here. Start with writing down, like, what do you love? Because you really know. It's all in here. God literally made us in his image. Like, we know. We just try to think and act like we don't know. I really believe that. But if you really, it's just that it's not going to be easy, right? Like, a lot of times when you're asking God, like, which way should I go? What should I do? Especially when it comes to career. You know what you want to do. You just know that it's not easy. You might want to go back to school. You know you want to do that, but you're like, but what else can I do? Just go back to school. Okay? Just go back to school. Just start the business. Just start posting. Like, you know. You know what to do. It's just, it's not the easy way out. Y'all know I'm not lying. But alright, y'all. This is it. And also, if you like this wig is the HD something wig. I'll put it below on my Amazon store so you guys can check it out, and I'll see you guys later in my next video.